Welcome back, guys, to episode 3, which will be all about station building. Or not exactly a station. It's I do want to build something that's modular, and it should be able to scan for kethane, mine kethane, and refuel itself. It should be able to travel between planets. So, say for example we want to visit, I don't know, Duna. It should be able to have a lander that's able to land somewhere with an atmosphere. It doesn't need to be able to go to, for example, Eve. That's just crazy to do with a multi-purpose thingy. But it should be able to land on, have a dedicated lander for a crewed mission, and it should also have the possibility to basically set down a pretty big vessel and fill it up with kethane and get back up from probably a smaller moon, a low gravity environment. Don't want to go down to Duna to refuel, because that's crazy. You'd rather just go to Ike or something. So the first thing I want to put into orbit here, and this will be a multi-part episode, of course, because I'm not going to build all of this in one episode. The first thing I want to do, and I want to call this the Enterprise. It's an homage, but let's see, the Enterprise, and this will be the command part of it, the command module. And the first thing, of course, that we need is somewhere to put people. This is not like a big habitation thingy, this is just for the command. So it needs 3 people, and that's the minimum to be able to use the remote command module. And it needs a tiny bit of power, but I don't think I'm going to put any solar panels on this part, just because I don't think we need it. So let's see here. We need some batteries. We'll just stick one of those on it, and we also, and of course we need somewhere to dock it. We'll probably add a couple of more things here, but this doesn't need RCS because this part is not going to dock to something else. Something else is going to dock to this. This is kind of the main part. The next part will be a kind of a docking hub where we can place all our different stuff, but for now I think this should be fine. Yeah. And of course we'll need some antennas and stuff like that, but we don't need anything that's a full stack. So didn't I pick that up? Yeah. I'm thinking probably just something like this should be fine, and then we'll do one of these short range antennas. This doesn't, yeah, that's probably good. Unicorn space station. Sounds nice. So this thing should now be able to contact pretty far away stuff. I might want to add the possibility to deploy a couple of these as probably as independent satellites. But we'll get to that in a later module, I think. I do want to try this thing out though. This is the Kerbal Engineering Flight Unit, and it should help us out with some calculations of delta V and stuff like that, so at least we'll be sure that we'll get there. Now, we have the people, we have some electricity. I'll probably have to add a couple of generators. And this will be the backup power for the whole station, I guess. But yeah, there they are. And we don't need that much of it, I think. So this is perfect. Let's just put 4 of them straight under there. And that looks kind of cool. And there, I think that's basically it. I think that's all that we need as the first part. Now the second part is going to be the hard one, and that's actually designing a good hub. I might actually, if somebody has any good ideas on how to do that, I do have some ideas myself on how to do that, but You can see this thingy over here. It doesn't really fit with the large stack stuff. I know there's some mod that adds just a big version of this, and that's basically it. And I might have look into that. But I already have a couple of mods, and I don't want to be dependent on too many mods. But I think that's actually good here. So let's just do this easily. This only needs to get into low Kerbin orbit. I think probably 150 kilometers, because then you can put another vessel at 120 plus and use that to rendezvous with this thing. So that's probably decent, and then we can also time warp pretty fast, and it's not too hard to get up to. So this shouldn't need anything else, I think, not for now at least. So we have the command, we have everything like that. Probably get away with just, because I don't think it's that I don't think this, yeah, okay, 13 tons. Just update, around 13 tons. That's not too bad actually for this lug. So I'm guessing we could probably get away with just something like this and putting mainsail under it. Then just make a copy for later. And we'll go with the default. Maybe I have a lifter here that's actually good enough. Yeah, the heavy lifter 5. Oh yeah, screw that. We'll just reuse this one. If I don't have to make a new one, I won't. Well, that's actually good. That means we can go flying without any more preparations. Now this one actually got us to the moon, so I think it's way overpowered, but that's fine. Only thing I want to make sure is that I have, yeah, I need, let's see, one of these small antennas just to be able to kind of remote control this and put it back into, or deorbit it. So, and it will have power for a little while after it's dead and buried. This should be fine. I think we should be able to stabilize this into a good orbit. Now, we are going on a ground mission, so we might want to give these guys something to look at while we're there. Is there any good place to put any of this? Yeah, this is good. This is close to the thingy here, so we can just put some scientific equipment here. It's just so we have something. They have something to look at while they're flying. Alright, so I don't want to fill this up with a lot of people. I think it's going to be like just one guy in there. That's probably good enough. We will be able to fill this up later on, so let's fly this thing. Now, this is why I wanted the flight engineer. This means that I don't really need to go into the... let's see, did the staging set up correctly? Yeah, I don't need to go into the map just to, you know, find out where I actually am. So, like this, let's get our resources up there. Comms is okay. And we should be ready for liftoff. Let's just... yeah, let's just go. Oh, this is a bit heavier than our last launch. It isn't that fast, actually. It isn't that quick to get up, but it packs a lot of punch. It has a lot of power, and this is the one with the skipper engines. Yeah, this means that we will have lift for a longer time but less thrust, which is, you know, fine with me. We're in a good trajectory here. This is fine. But it is damn slow. It is damn slow. Let's just get this up a bit more, and we're almost ready for staging. asparagus staging is really neat. It's so much more efficient than onion staging, which is the alternative on a heavy lifter like this. Just drop all the 4 outer tanks at the same time, just bleed them dry. This is much better. Now we should, and one of the problems with this craft is actually that the skipper engines are just barely able to lift this, and they don't give much thrust to the main part here, but they help kind of tug us out of the worst part of the atmosphere. Oh, it's time to kind of kill over here. Alright, that's probably good. A little bit more, just get down to around 50-ish. I think that's 55-ish, 57, something like that. Doesn't matter that much. As long as we start picking up velocity, that's fine. You can see our apoapsis over here. Instead of having to go into the map, I can just adjust everything from here. So much better. Right, let's just get over just a little bit more. We'll start picking up some speed here. We want to get an apo of about over 100 somewhere. Just doesn't matter too much just how much it is, as long as we should probably open some separatrons or something on that one. That was a bit close. Right. As long as we get to 100 something, we can just burn and adjust our apo from there, and then we'll get into a nice 150 by 150 orbit. Right, we're still going, and we have tons of fuel. Look at this thing is almost untouched. I don't know if it actually says how much. Yeah, in this stage we still have 1,000 meters per second, and then this stage we have over 2,000, so we're fine. Okay, we're starting to reach better apoapsis. We should start burning prograde now to increase efficiency. And oh, come on. Now we can start burning further down, just starting to get some more. We're almost out of the atmosphere. At this point, we're burning efficiently no matter what we do. So, apoapsis of 150. That's good. And now the space music started. It's beautiful. Now, I will probably want to separate this stage just before the periapsis goes into the positive here. But let's see, we have time to apoapsis 3 minutes. Let's start burning around 20 seconds before, I think. Oh, maybe 30 seconds, just to have some extra safety there. Alright, let's just warp down to, I guess, around 30 and change. Oh man, this is heavy. Yeah, 25, that's fine. Let's start burning. Now we're actually looking at the periapsis. Now I could basically adjust this thing by going up and down a bit, but oh, that's it actually, that's empty. Alright, cool. This thing will be much more efficient anyway, and I will adjust this a bit, but it doesn't matter that much because we're only going to construct in space. We're not going to do that many maneuvers. We're going to dock to it a couple of times. As long as it's more or less circular, that's easy enough. So that's we passed our apo there. No, we moved it. Oh, that's actually way too high. Didn't pay attention, that's what happens. But we're now, yeah, if you turn around, we should be able to just burn to apo. I'll burn at apo and just get this back down a bit. Alright, that's 15 minutes to apo, and power and everything is fine. Now we have to try to get our apo back, and again we have loads of fuel, so it doesn't really matter that much. Wait, oh, alright, 200 by 200 it is. That's fine too. No, 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 let's do this right. Damn it. I have tons of fuel, and of course, for some reason I turned it around, but I didn't have to. Let's see. Periapsis is going down to 150. Then we should turn around because we are going to burn this away when we get there. Oh, 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 oh. Come on, come on. Can't wait to get my joystick. This is not easy. Right, let's go back to the Apo. No, to the Perry, I mean. Oh man, it's actually getting a bit late here, so that's probably why. And I've had a long day at work. Alright, that's good, that's good. Let's get this sucker back down. Alright, just a little bit more. That's probably good. That's good enough. More than good enough. We did lose contact there for a while though, and that's kind of scary. Oh, look at this. Yeah, the orbits were not good enough, so over time it has started kind of getting wonky. I'll have to actually go back and fix that, and I'll probably do that between this episode and the next one. But for now, I think we can probably just decouple this thing, because this has the thingamajig on it, right? This has an antenna, this has an antenna and everything, so let's decouple, switch to this thing, and let's just burn away from this thing first before we start doing anything. Like this. Oh man, there's nothing on it basically. That antenna doesn't really give you anything. But let's just try braking here. And this thing should now fall back to Earth, and that's our command module. And that's it basically. This episode is done, and in part 2 we will need to design and launch a hub for this thing. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.